You've all heard the age-old question. Who would win in a fight? 100 men versus 1 gorilla. But what if I told you there was a correct answer? Well, my audience voted and chose the men.
I think that gorilla would clear 100 men. I think you're wrong.
Welcome to Choose Your Fighter, a game I crafted where you'll have to pick who would win in a fight. All you have to do is choose the same answer my audience voted, and you win.
What you're saying is I have to guess based off of the taste and palate of your fan base, which may or may not align with my preferences or yours.
Yes, that was actually a great explanation, Rune.
All right, I got you.
Now let's take into account that 100 men would clear 1 gorilla. This is just factual information. 66% of people agree. But who do you think would win in a fight between 100 women and 1 scary spider?
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So now there's sexism on my YouTube channel?
No!
I'm scared of some bugs, but if another woman is around, my maternal instincts kick in and I'm like, stand back, I will protect you.
Women together, strong.
Yeah, woman together, strong.
I don't know, man. That spider's kind of scary.
Stop, Moxi, please.
Okay, fine. The women would win by a small margin.
Let's see if my audience agrees. 100 men clear gorilla, 100 women do not clear spider.
Rune's about to make the fucking tree longer, bro. Rune's
Breaking down, dude. She dropped to the floor in agony. Rune, it's okay. There's not really a spider here.
I would just like to say that I went into a fugue state for a moment because I didn't realize how destroyed psychologically your fan base is. I have no longer any hope for the Zoomers or Gen Alpha. This is the beginning of my personal villain arc, and I was bullied in high school, but this is what's gonna do it.
And now there is a goal today, guys. If you get more than 50% of the questions right, I will be sending Moxi this tabletop George Foreman grill on Amazon.
A George Foreman for me?
Wait, what do I get? What about me?
Rune, I'll send you a pillow.
Thank you, cousin.
No, that was easy.
Now, what about 100 children versus Senor Grilled Cheese?
Senor Grilled Cheese isn't surviving that. He's getting fucking eaten alive by these voracious little fucking animals.
Senor Grilled Cheese is an ancient entity, hundreds of years old. He would have time to learn combat techniques.
Yeah, no, now that I'm knowing about his god powers, I think he might, like...
I think he might win.
I think he might eviscerate these children with a blade.
Dude, what do you think?
Senior Grilled Cheese.
I think so too.
My audience disagrees, but only by a tiny margin. It was a close fight. There was a large portion of my audience thinking, well, children eat cheese. Children would eat cheese. And the other portion thinking, but he's ancient. But let's make things a little bit harder. Who would win in a fight between a black hole and 800 trillion cotton balls?
Do they even know what a black hole is? Because they think women are gonna lose to a spider. Do they even know like what a black hole is?
My audience are wise beings. They are smart. They also are little trolls. So they do kind of like to f with you guys.
There's no way they didn't pick the cotton balls.
Well,
the black hole would obviously win.
Yeah.
But the cotton balls
They definitely
is
picked
the answer I'm going with.
Incorrect.
I hate it here! I hate it here!
My audience 100% agrees that a black hole would win.
They're so unpredictable.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Logic is like this. Like sometimes they're like, I'm gonna be logical, and then sometimes they're like, I'm so silly. I'm bag on chip on my head. I'm crazy. We'll get the next one. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, time to flip a coin.
Who do you think would win between Peter Griffin or a griffin named Peter?
I have a really quick question.
Yes.
What type of WikiHow article were you looking at to get that image? How to become a griffin? Like, what was the context behind that?
The WikiHow was, what's the difference between griffins and hippogriffs? Hippogriffs are part horse and eagle, while griffins are part lion and eagle. Duh!
Why is there a Watch Mojo watermark next? God, Peter looks so good in that picture. Even, you know, with his misshapen figure, he's kind of sexy. He's kind of eating.
His tamusi there is.
He's kind of like. You know, I'm going with Peter. I think Peter's winning.
100% correct. Peter clears. Peter clears.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Now this one I find interesting. Who do you think would win in a fight? Rune or a fully charged Tesla with autopilot on?
Oh my god, I love this? Where did you run this test?
on a Twitch stream. On twitch.tv/Drumsy.
Oh my god,
You could jump a Tesla room. Do you think you could do it?
Oh, yeah, watch this.
Ooh!
Now,
Watch
this.
She's cooking. She's kind of cooking.
Take that, inferior building materials.
First of all, Drumsy fans, I've been hit by a car as a pedestrian before, and I live.
Really? That's awesome. I think you would survive, personally. Okay, I do think you would survive. But I don't think Drumsy's audience thinks you would survive.
They definitely picked a fully charged Tesla. They hate me.
That is incorrect, Rune. You have to have faith in my audience. You have to have faith in them. They said, and I quote, Rune steps to the side and wins.
Yes! Thank you so much.
Why are they occasionally logical? I don't get this.
Occasionally, I haven't heard them make one bad opinion today.
Yeah, we could discuss that, but I'm not gonna get back to that.
Audience, now that we see that Rune survived that, if you disagree, you could just come to the next stream and then you can answer and help influence. Next, who do you think would win in a fight? The great winged Patricia or the Noseler?
Who the f is Patricia?
I don't know about you, Moxie. My first glance looking at these beautiful entities is Patricia has an aerial advantage. The Noseler's landlocked, which is bad, but also he's got a really long protruding nose and she has teeth. And so she could easily just bite that nose off and he bleeds out. I think the Noseler dies, so I think Patricia wins.
I think the Noseler is an Iron Man-like figure. That's obviously a craftsman. Like, he builds...
No, he's wearing shoes to skateboard in.
Well, sorry, he's cool. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, Noseler's got kicks. I didn't even notice.
She only desires blood. Can't you tell by the look in her eye?
All right, let's go with Patricia.
Let's see if the audience agrees. They do not. The Noseler apparently clears. I don't even remember what their reasoning was for this one.
I don't agree.
I thought the Great Winged Patricia would clear for sure.
Because he's fucking Tony Stark. He's the Tony Stark of Elves.
Senior Grilled Cheese versus the Los Angeles Police Department.
Senior Grilled Cheese is fucking clearing the police department.
He's winning.
He's clearing those cops.
You know, he's made out of cheese, so like odds are if they beat him with a baton or shoot him with a gun, he feels nothing and he keeps going. I mean, that's how he's lived hundreds of years. So obviously, Senor Grilled Cheese.
That's correct.
Let's go.
Senor Grilled Cheese, so much experience fighting the LAPD.
Yeah.
It's a long war between these two, and Senor Grilled Cheese has come out on top.
I mean, it makes sense, you know?
We're all rooting for him.
That's logic, that one.
Kung Fu Panda versus Jiu-Jitsu Kangaroo.
You know, this is tough. This is tough. I don't know who Jiu-Jitsu Kangaroo is, but I do know kangaroos are frightening large creatures. And so he would win, but do we think the fan base wants the underdog to win? What do you think? You know these people better. And also, I'm a woman who's like easily defeated by a tiny spider. So like, you know, like I don't even know anything.
Oh no, she's even getting a misogynist against herself.
In Kung Fu Panda, I think he has the whooshy finger hold.
Let's lock in.
That is 100% correct.
Let's go!
Kung Fu Panda goated movie.
Kung Fu Panda 3 kind of sucked though.
That's okay. We don't talk about that. Yeah, I want you guys to both take a deep breath because this fight is going to get a little intense. Drumsy versus Moxi.
I'm winning this fight 100%. There's no way. You got a couple inches on me, Drumsy. I'll give you that. But I will take you to the ground, buddy. I will take you to the fucking ground.
Now this disappoints me, Moxi. This makes me sad. This makes me sad that you were so quick to say that. Why would we even fight, Moxi? What if we kissed?
That could be the ending, you know? That's like, I'm locking in on me, but you know, it's up to you. You know, you pick.
This was the biggest gap, the biggest f***ing gap in the entire f***ing game. 9% voted for me. I have a mustache. That's like a macho thing.
Not enough, buddy. The suspenders aren't helping.
Listen, cousin, listen. It's the facade. They can't tell that you're under there, and you got the little bow tie and the suspenders, and he's got the street smarts and the kind of threatening finger point. And so that's why you lost, unfortunately. The finger point helps. Hold on, you finger point. Let's see how it looks.
You watch out, mister. I'm gonna get you. People often call me the punchular.
Yeah, it's not giving.
Now, I wrote this one. This one was personal. What do you guys think? Who do you think would win in a fight? A hijacked airplane or the sequel to the Twin Towers, The Sister Spires?
Why does he always do this?
The answer is George Bush.
Every time I do a video with you, you make 9/11 jokes.
He loves his 9/11 jokes. He loves them.
He doesn't even know what I saw that day on television.
Yay! I love 9/11 jokes.
The hijacked airplane wins, because I was there for 9/11.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Rune, I always forget that I should not make these jokes around you because you were literally living in New York when it happened. Rune was freaking there, dude. Rune was there. She had to like call and check on family to make sure they were okay.
I thought you did this on purpose.
No, Rune, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting you were there. I'm sorry.
You literally brought me to like a shitty 9/11 world where the Twin Towers were still there.
Hey, Rune, does it make you feel better if you were right?
Well, obviously I'm right.
The plane won.
Well, obviously.
She was there. She knows.
We've done a real life test where I hijacked airplanes.
Oh, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. You guys, so far, have had 4 incorrect and 6 correct. So, you are on track to winning a grill. Just don't f up.
And a pillow, remember?
And a pillow.
And a pillow. And a pillow.
Who do you think would win in a fight between a magical gnome versus an unmagical Glock?
Quick question. Is somebody holding the Glock or is it just a sitting gun? Because if it's not a magical gun, it can't shoot itself.
The Glock is sentient in this scenario, and it's not magical, but the Glock can aim and shoot.
Oh, well, obviously he dies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Stop!
it was a close fight, but
No.
the magical gnome took it just by a hair.
Okay, it's okay though. It's okay though. We're still slightly winning.
But the story continues. Things get a little bit more interesting, because now it's a magical gnome versus a magical Glock.
Assuming the gnome won the first time to a regular gun, there's no way he's beating the magical one.
Should we do the Glock? I don't know.
We gotta
I
do
don't know.
That's the safe answer. I think we gotta
Yeah,
do
it's the safe answer. Okay, do the Glock.
That's correct. The
Oh my
Glock
God.
did win by a much larger margin here. But we're not done yet. Now, it's an unmagical gnome with a magical sword versus an unmagical Glock. So the gnome is no longer magical, but he has a magical sword.
Okay, but if he's not magical, that doesn't mean he has the speed to stop a bullet with his
That's
reflexes.
true. Yeah, he's not
Like,
magical.
so-
He doesn't have like shields.
The logical answer is the Glock because the sword is just strong, but he is not. And he's wearing socks.
All the Glock's gotta do is be like 20 feet away from him and then he wins.
Let's go. Maybe the Glock wins the time.
The Glock is correct.
Yes! Yes!
The audience
Good job.
said, and I quote, his face looks weak and his shoes look whack. That's another correct answer for you guys. Actually pulling ahead.
Let's get that grill and pillow.
What do you think would win? A magical Glock versus Moxi.
I think the Glock's winning. I don't think I
Glock
got the leg on this one. Like, look, I could beat the
being-
shit out of Drumsy, but I don't think I'm surviving the bullet. I don't know.
A magical bullet. This bullet probably has like built-in homing.
Yeah, you can't run. I don't think I'm living through this.
Nah, I don't think you are either. Sorry.
You're just built different.
What?
Moxi has so many guns.
Yeah, no, I'm actually built different.
Well,
This is
the
what I
good
do. I
news
shoot
is-
myself every day with a 22 to build up my immunity. Eventually,
Oh,
I will work up to 9mm.
Who do you think would win in a fight between Hank, a man with a positive outlook, versus the idea of inescapable loneliness?
Inescapable loneliness wins.
Yeah, that one's winning. I think Hank's going down.
The abyss consumes
Yeah.
The
you.
abyss.
The abyss
Yeah.
consumes you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a quick one. That was a quick one. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
We're back, baby.
What about this? The Throngler versus Captain Laryngitis.
Why does that remind me of all those fetish characters you usually pick when we do the dungeons?
It does, you're right.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
He's got juicy fat tits and a plump grundle. No.
I'm offended because you said that, and now I'm gonna leave.
I don't know.
Ew.
God,
Ew.
the ass on that thing is terrible.
It's upsetting.
I'll come back if you
I'm
apologize.
sorry, please put it away.
Thank you for saying sorry, Moxi. Now give me a kiss.
No.
Please, no. Please.
This is a tough one. The Thrungler looks Anglo-Saxon, and this guy looks like he goes to BDSM dungeons where they inflate his belly. So
Does he have laryngitis?
No, the actual lore is that Captain Laryngitis has the superpower to give people laryngitis. The Throngler has the superpower to throngle people.
I don't think stones can get laryngitis.
The Throngler is 100% correct.
Yes! Yes! Okay!
If there's going to be a time where you guys start getting them wrong, it's right now. A suit full of bees versus Senor Grilled Cheese.
Oh, a suit full of bees. A suit full of bees. Because they consume him because he's cheese. Right, Moxie?
Is Grilled Cheese wearing the bee suit, or is someone fighting him wearing the bee suit?
It's just a suit filled with bees.
What the f is a suit full of bees? Bees. Let's do bees. Bees.
Incorrect. Senor Grilled Cheese with 69%. Nice. Emmy versus a large and active moose.
Emmy.
Yeah, I think Emmy'd find her way out of that one somehow.
That's right.
Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah.
You can't answer that one logically because there is nothing logical about Emmy.
Exactly.
Let's go. The Hulk with no arms versus 30 feral hogs.
I mean, he still has his big stompy feet, so he could just crush their bodies beneath his foot.
That's right. He still has the grippers. He still has the dogs. This is the dogs versus the hogs.
I don't know if you were aware, but there is a wild hog infestation in this state. They kill over $5 million of crops a year, and there's a bounty on their head. There's thousands upon thousands of those things. There's an army of those.
Okay, but the Hulk can kill any man with especially his foot. There's no way he can't step on 30 hogs, right?
Oh, well, yeah, then the Hulk wins.
That's correct. There were some hog enjoyers. There were some people rooting for the hogs in that one, though. Now, Minecraft Steve versus my middle school vice principal.
Is that real?
Is that actually your fucking...
I did change his picture just to make sure I didn't dox him, but that is him. He suspended me 8 times, and I'm out for revenge.
Did you actually get 8 suspensions?
Yeah, I was not a good kid in middle school. I was a little bit out of control. I was rambunctious. Like, I got suspended because when we dissected frogs in science class, I would sneak the frog out in my pocket and then take him into the cafeteria and, like, make him dance on people's food.
Ew! I kind of feel like it's the middle school vice principal still because that's personal to you, but I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. What do you think, Moxie? What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I think your principal's got this, Drumsy.
This is maybe the most hurtful thing you've ever done to me, Moxie. And no, Minecraft Steve wins, obviously.
Damn.
I am hurt, but we will recover.
We're winning so good still, so...
It is 12-10. You have 12 correct and 10 incorrect. You're doing good.
I think we got 50 correct.
I think that's right, actually.
We are on our final question. 100 men plus 1 gun versus 2 gorillas.
Well, that's obvious.
Just remember this before you jump to a conclusion. 100 men have only 1 gun between them. So now we've introduced human greed into the equation.
Yeah.
Humans will fight over the gun because they are scared of 2 gorilla.
No, the men win. Still.
That's correct, Moxie. The men still win. The men still win. You win a grill. You win a pillow.
Oh my God.
Everybody wins a trip to the subscribe button. What do you have to say?
Well, personally, as prefaced earlier, I'm just a stupid woman who can't even manage to fight 1 single spider, even amongst 99 other women. So really, my words and thoughts and feelings don't matter at all. But thank you all for recognizing that I do have the ability to step to the side when a Tesla is on autopilot. Thank you.
No.